Even the things that you see online sometimes are made up. Like I've seen so many clips of make it look like they were on Joe Rogan, but they're not. They've never on Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw,
Like so
yeah,
you
totally,
feel
totally.
there's all that stuff going on. Not even AI. No. They just make
Yeah,
a video. Like not like we just make a video, but I'll just make the background like the curtain or whatever his
oh,
setup is
look
like.
like his?
Yeah. And then like you'll use like you. I
Wow.
don't think you'll ever cut to Joe Rogan. Or like if you. I've seen ones where it's like they're showing Joe Rogan, but he's mouthing something different and he's voicing something different,
Say they.
saying something
Oh
different.
wow, that is
I've seen
wild.
those. I've seen where it's like it's just only looking at the audience guy or the
But don't
guest.
people know? But
No,
don't people know that you can
people
just
can
search it up?
no, but they're just they're looking at the clip only, right? They're not watching the whole video. They're just seeing the clip,
Wild.
right?
That is
So and
wild.
they're just showing the camera's only on the guest, and you could like Joe Rogan would say something or like just agree, or but they use those cut ups of him like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes okay like one of those things like use it in the clip but never show Joe
Yeah,
Rogan.
yeah.
It's like as if he's on the podcast.
Wow. Trust nothing you see online, man. That is wild. Yeah, that is wild. We are we are quickly moving into a zone of like nothing's real. But really, it's weird that we can be tricked in such a manner. Like video
I
editing
mean, like,
has
yeah, it's
come
simple.
so far.
It's true. It's if you really want to check to make sure, then you really look
Yeah,
up for that podcast, right?
who's gonna look in that?
But who's gonna do that, right?
Yeah, totally, totally. It's interesting too, like seeing how far we've come. I was watching old videos because I was editing something, and I was watching old videos of 2012 when I went on that trip with Jared and Sid,
Mm-hmm.
and the quality is so low. Like it was like kind of blurry, but we thought it was like high def at the time,
Yeah.
right? And then now you watch the new video that I made. I'm like, oh, this is like crystal clear. It's almost like I have a legit camera,
Mm-hmm.
but it was my iPhone. Both times it was just iPhone, and you're kind of like it is moving scary fast in a direction of like indiscernible quality. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like before to make those edits, you're like, you'd have to know somebody with a lot of skill. You'd have to understand. You know what I mean? There's like such a learning curve and a technology curve.
Yeah.
But somebody can sit at home and make those video edits like no problem on a Mac now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Final Cut Pro 10 is so easy to use.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like everyone is becoming a skilled editor and creator. That's what I mean. It's like nothing is real.
Yeah.
You can, and it's becoming easier. You know,
It's
like
easier.
as I
Yeah.
use Canva, I'm like, dude, why am I even using Photoshop for like a lot of the designs I do now are just straight Canva because I'm like, it's just faster and easier,
Right.
but they look the same, you know? So if anybody can touch this, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what is real? Yeah. It's funny like making documents. Like, you know, when you like fill out a form,
Yeah.
like something that's all right. So one thing that I love about, okay, we have to kind of wrap up. Tara just messaged she finished. Yeah,
Sure.
10 minutes. So it it's funny. Like, do you remember Safe House,
Yes.
the movie with Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds?
Yeah.
And then they go to the forger in Cape Town.
I don't remember that scene.
He has
Sure.
he needs a passport to leave. So
Okay.
he goes to Cape Town and he gets a passport person to make it. And the person's like, he's like, can you make me a passport in under an hour? He's like, it won't be my best work, but yeah, I can do it.
Mhm.
Right. And you look at those official documents, you know, passports, like sheets and stuff, right? And you're just kind of like, oh, somebody skilled made this, or like, this is official.
Mhm.
In your head, like psychologically, you're like, this is official, right? But then me now working to make those similar things, like documents that look official and stuff, I'm just laughing because I'm like, you don't know that I just made this quickly on my computer. You know what I mean? Like it's like the perception thing. You look at the thing, you're like, oh, this is an official document.
Right.
It's like, no, I made that on Word.
Mm-hmm.
But you think it's an official document. You know, it's like more of that, like, what lies are we telling ourselves? Like, what is a law? What is a red light? What is this, like, information form that I have to fill out when it's like some other dude on the other end that's just like plugging things away. And the fact that this is becoming easier, now it's even easier to forge these things, make
Mm-hmm.
things look real, you know?
Right.
It's like we the Prometheus with the fire, right? They gave us the ability to create, but now we're like burning our house down in doing
Yeah,
it. Like you
it's
know
two
what's
things
like
happening at once, right? Like how do you're playing with both, right? People will try to find ways to uh like figure it out how to make
scam
it.
you, like fraud you?
Yeah, and then there's security. Both are playing
Yeah, yeah, you're
with each
playing
other
yeah, yeah,
here.
the battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for
yeah.
sure. But that's what the like because with the AI things, you know the thing where you can get somebody that sounds like your kid to be like, "Hey, I need money," and then send it to me right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Like on those phone calls, like fish. You know what phishing scams are,
yeah, 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 yeah.
right? So people who don't know what phishing scams are, it's a email thing where it looks legitimate, but they're trying to steal your information. So it's like fill out this form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like fill out your banking information, something like that, right? And it looks real, but it's not real. It's like sending you to a different spot.
Or it's
And I think that
like
these hackers, yeah,
yeah, I've seen ones where it's like, oh, your password expired. You gotta change your password. Click this
yeah,
link
yeah,
and
yeah,
then do
yeah.
all this thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you have to check the email. You're like, wait, this isn't even coming from Apple, you know?
Well, yeah, that's
And
you never click the link through an email. Like that's the number one thing.
yeah, right, right. But people don't know this, and I think that these hackers just know that, like, it's this going back to it. It's becoming easier to make these forgeries,
Mm-hmm.
and by doing that, you can trick a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, they think that I'm signing a real document, but on the other end, the hacker's like, I made this in 2 seconds with Photoshop.
yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Yeah.